During drought and during rainy periods, saving water is always important. Water is a precious resource, and conservation should play a role in our lives, regardless of the climate. Last year, Purchase Green decided to help raise awareness about the importance of water conservation by giving away a free artificial grass lawn. We called it the Save Blue Purchase Green Sweepstakes.
Hi, I'm Chad VANDERVEEN with Purchase Green Artificial Grass. I'm here in Trabuco Canyon, California, at the home of Van and Judy ELMAYAN, the winners of our Save Blue Purchase Green Artificial Grass Lawn Giveaway Sweepstakes. We're going to be here tomorrow to install a brand new artificial grass lawn for free. But before we do, let's get some thoughts from Judy about what it's like to be the winner of the sweepstakes.
I asked Judy why she and her husband decided to enter the sweepstakes.
Well, we've owned the house for about 3.5 years, and when we were looking at properties, we saw homes that had that artificial grass, and I really liked it. But the homes didn't fit our needs, and we bought this house, and I always thought in the back of my mind, someday I would like to have it.
Our objective in creating the sweepstakes was to raise awareness about the importance of water conservation and the fact artificial grass helps conserve water regardless of the climate. As a resident of Southern California, Judy is well aware of the state's struggles with water.
Well, water is necessary for all life, and especially human life, and if we don't have enough water, then it could affect us, and that's not. And also, cost-wise, I mean, if you use a lot of water, your bill's going to be really high. So it's important to conserve for two reasons.
Judy and her husband Van chose our PG56 grass for their install. PG56 has long been one of our most popular grasses, but I wanted to know why she liked it.
Well, it really fit my aesthetic. I thought that it looked the most natural, and I like the length and the color. I'm really looking forward to when it's all done so that I can see what it looks like. It's one thing to see somebody else's that might not be the same brand or same kind, and it's another thing to have your own.
Early the next morning, we arrived back at Judy and Van's house to begin work on transforming their lawn.
Well, it's a beautiful morning here in Orange County. The Purchase Green crew is on their way, and we're about to get started.
Purchase Green's installation manager, MOISES BARRAGAN, and his crew arrived with everything they'd need to complete a premium artificial grass installation. MOISES also took care to meet with the ELMAYANs and explain what would be taking place to transform their lawn.
Okay, so are you excited?
Absolutely.
All right.
Can't wait.
It's finally starting. What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about what it's going to look like when they're finally finished, and I'm just excited about the whole thing.
So one of the really exciting parts is how much water you're going to save. Have you thought about how much that might be?
I thought about it, but I have no idea how much it's going to be.
So I did some calculations, and over the lifetime of the grass, it's probably going to save at least 120,000 gallons of water.
Oh my God, really that much?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Well, all right, let's get started.
Okay.
MOISES and his crew were ready to go right away, but before they did, I asked MOISES to explain a little bit about what was going to be taking place.
So I'm here with MOISES, one of Purchase Green's most experienced installers, probably the most experienced installer. MOISES, what are we going to be doing today?
Well, we're going to be transforming Judy and Van's front yard. Right now, next step is we just arrived. So the first step is checking the valves. We already did that. With sprinklers are going to be getting capped. And next step is removing the sod. So we got the sod cutter. It's ready to get fired up, and
then after that, we're going to see you guys dig out and add sub-base, right?
We are. We're going to add sub-base, which is the most important part of our installation.
Right.
What we do is we go down 2 to 3 inches, depending on how high the grass is. The idea is to get to the roots, get the roots out. This way you eliminate any weeds or anything growing later on, in the future. Yeah, and the base gets cut. We do 3 steps when we compact. So the first step that I do is we lay a thin layer of base on the soil, natural soil, once the grass has been taken out, and then we compact that.
Right.
And then we get the base in, form it, hose it down, and then we get another compaction going on.
Okay.
And then we do one more, just for just to get a little bit, a little bit harder. About 95% compaction is what we want to achieve. So for me, that's just an extra step just makes that installation that much better. So
Okay, awesome. Well, we'll see you do that, and then we'll check in with you in a little while.
sounds good.
Thanks,
All right,
Moises.
let's go.
The project was finally underway. Moises got to work using the sod cutter, while Eric started tracking down and capping off sprinkler heads. In almost no time, it seemed, the sod was quickly disappearing into the disposal bags. The crew was making quick work of the ELMAYAN's lawn. Shortly thereafter, Jared from Purchase Green arrived with the PG56 grass that would soon be used to create a beautiful new lawn. Not surprisingly, some of the neighbors began to take notice of what was going on.
So it's been about 2 hours now. The grass has all been removed, and now the guys are preparing the yard to add the subbase. What that means is they're going to be digging down about 3 inches and then adding the subbase, which will be compacted to 95%. After that, we can start rolling on the grass.
With the subbase set to be added, the crew got to work on one of the key aspects that sets Purchase Green apart from the competition, our premium installation, which includes using landscape benderboard.
So this is landscape benderboard. On a premium installation like we're doing today, this is installed around the perimeter of the yard. By having the benderboard installed, it improves the dimensional stability of the yard and makes for a more robust installation.
In addition to enhanced durability, benderboard helps the finished yard look much nicer because it fans the blades to look more like natural grass growing over the edge of the adjacent border. Plus, benderboard will help increase the labor warranty of a Purchase Green installation. Before the subbase was added, Juan took care to add a bubbler line to keep irrigation to the tree in the middle of the yard. Everything was going great, until, that is, we tried turning the irrigation system back on.
Okay, I got it.
The broken pipe was quickly repaired. Then, Moises, Eric, and Aaron unrolled the grass. Unrolling the grass and letting it sit in the sun for a few hours helps the grass blades stand up tall and makes the grass much easier to install. Next, I thought I'd check in with Van to get his take on how things had progressed so far.
Well, here with Van. So what do you think so far? We've done a lot of work. We ran into some problems with the sprinklers, but got those taken care of.
Yeah, it's working pretty well. I like it so far. Yeah, they are unfortunate. Some got into old sprinkler lines. So, yeah, I wish I knew where the sprinklers were, so I would have.
Well, now you do.
But now I know. Yeah, I didn't put in myself. So yeah, but they're doing nice progress here.
And we just unrolled your grass, so I got to ask you, since you were the one mowing your lawn before, is there a little part of you that's going to be a little pleased when it gets hot and you hear people's lawnmowers fire up and you're not going to have to go do that?
No, not at all. Actually, I have 2 lawnmowers. One is cordless, battery operated. The other one is a push mower. So I can get rid of the battery one. It's taken up room in my garage there, so I don't need that. I can do the backyard with I have a little area in the backyard that's real grass, so much less work for me.
Well, right on. We're going to be doing the grass here after we lay the base. They already started doing the base, and then after that comes the grass, and then we should be wrapping up in a couple of hours.
Great. Yeah, can't wait.
On the other side of the driveway, things had begun to progress quickly. Moises and Eric spread the subbase, hosed it down, and prepared it for compaction. Using a vibrating plate compactor, Eric compacted the subbase. The compacted subbase is critical to a properly installed artificial grass lawn. After compaction, Moises added a weed barrier on top of the subbase to provide an extra layer of protection against weeds. Then they began to nail the grass to the subbase and benderboard.
All right, well, it's time to check back in with Moises and see where things stand. Moises, how's it going so far today?
Well, we had one of those unusual days. Small area, a lot of roots. Just definitely too many roots. Neighbors coming for the palm trees. Irrigation system, always a hassle.
Yeah.
So we ran into a couple little hiccups on those, but we have the small section done already, and we're gonna start concentrating on just getting the big area, which is a small area, hit now.
So with the next part, there's a couple of trees you have to work around. What's the strategy when laying the grass to make it look as natural as possible around the trees?
What we're going to do there, we're going to keep the slope that it had before. So we're going to create a slope to the trees. The grass will be, we're going to have one seam, which we're going to cut around it. Then what we're going to do after that is put some Wonder Edge around the tree, give it a little ring, and then we wanted to do some decorative rock, so that's going to be it. But the little slope is what makes it look more natural next to the tree, so that's what we're going to concentrate on getting in there.
Okay, sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Right.
Thanks, Moises.
For the main yard, it was time to add the subbase. Once added, the crew began spraying it around and smoothing it out, similar to float finishing concrete. With the subbase added, it was time to hose it down before another go-round with the vibratory plate compactor. With the subbase sufficiently compacted, the crew added the weed barrier. Next came the literal heavy lifting. Moises, Juan, Aaron, and Eric folded up the grass, which had been unrolled in the sun for a while, and carried it to the yard. I can tell you from experience, it's heavy duty. With the grass more or less in place and roughly trimmed, it was time to get it around the tree. This is where skill and experience really start to come into play. Fortunately, the Purchase Green crew has skill and experience in spades.
Well, we're finally in the home stretch. The crew's putting the finishing touches on the lawn, and in just a few minutes, Van and Judy will have a brand new artificial grass lawn from Purchase Green that they'll be able to enjoy for years to come.
While Moises worked on the Wonder Edge used to make the tree ring, Eric was making sure the seam in the grass would never show. Seaming grass is equal parts skill and art. The best way to seam, as Eric demonstrates, is to use seaming tape and glue. The tape and glue method not only looks the best, it's also the most robust. It takes some practice, but skilled installers like Eric make seams disappear. Seaming well is important. A visible seam can distract from the aesthetic. Fortunately for Van and Judy, Purchase Green crew is the best in the business, and in a few moments, they'll never be able to tell where the seam is. Meanwhile, Juan is going around the perimeter of the lawn, finishing the edges by tucking them into place. The result is an incredibly realistic look. On the other side of the driveway, the crew attached the grass to the bend-a-board. The penultimate step before we finished was to add the infill. Aaron used a drop spreader to deposit our HeroFill antimicrobial infill on the lawn. Then, a once-over with the broom helped to settle the infill. Lastly, a quick hit with the power broom to really make the grass pop, and the new lawn is complete.
So, what do you think?
I think it's amazing, and it's beyond what I expected. I'm telling you, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, did you ever think when you entered a sweepstakes on social media you'd wind up with a brand new artificial grass lawn?
I hoped, but you never know with these things, and I guess it was meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, congratulations. The whole point of this was really for us to promote the idea of saving water with artificial grass, and you're going to be saving thousands of gallons of water every year, so I'm really happy for you, and we're so glad we were able to do this for you.
And I'm so happy that you picked me, and I just can't believe my luck.
Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
And with that, our work was done. Van took photos of the grass, and Moises posed for pictures with the happy couple. As for the Purchase Green crew, it was time to head home and get some rest. Because tomorrow, while the Elmayans enjoy their new lawn, the crew will be transforming more yards and helping people continue to save water.